that come with my group. They'll give massages and everything
Yes,
like
they
that,
would
and
love
take full
it.
advantage
Yeah.
of the spa. Yes.
That's great. Yay! Well, happy independence to my home country, Ghana, kings and queens. I am so excited. Today is Ghana's birthday, and I'm so happy to have in my midst, okay, my bro, and also Richard from America. Okay? Now, Richard, how has it been coming to Ghana? You are a Black American, you
Yes.
live in America. How has it been? How was the first time when you arrived in Ghana? What were the thoughts that went through your mind?
It's such a feeling of relief and a weight lifted off of my back. And the feeling that I first thought in being here even after one day, I didn't have to defend myself for being in public spaces.
Wow.
That was the most invigorating feeling for me being here.
Wow.
You know, I didn't have to defend myself for barbecuing in a park. I didn't have to defend myself for sitting in a lobby in a hotel that I had a room in. You know, I didn't have to worry about someone coming up to me and harassing me in public spaces. And it's just beautiful. The people are beautiful. Ghanaian people are beautiful. And it's just glad to be back. And I know my ancestors are smiling. Said, wow, he made it back.
Yes.
And that's an incredible thing.
Yes.
For me being a descendant of a slave being taken out of West Africa to come back 300-400 years later.
Yeah.
Who would have thought or who would have thought that? Would the slave master have thought that? Absolutely not. He wouldn't have thought that. Would the slave have thought that? No, but the slave dreamed it. Like Maya Angelou said, I am the hope and dream of the slave.
That's so true.
That is so definitive of Black Americans coming back. We are the hopes and the dreams of those who were enslaved before us. We are their hopes and dreams. Who could have dreamed? Who could have dreamed that a Black man would be president of the United States?
I remember that.
Who would dream that?
Obama.
Oh my goodness.
That was crazy.
I love Ghana.
And he's an African, Kenyan, right?
Yes.
That's what makes it even better.
Yes. But
so it's amazing. But what does independence mean to you? I mean, it's Ghana's independence. We're happy. You know, most people don't really understand the deep part of being independent. But for you, coming from America, what does Ghana's independence mean to you?
Well, when I think of independence for Ghana, I think of Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
Kwame Nkrumah was educated at Lincoln University, a historically Black university in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Lincoln University. And
yes.
I think that's important for Ghana's independence because he was a Pan-Africanist and he wanted Blacks throughout the diaspora to come back. And him being the father of Ghana's independence it's amazing.
Okay.
And it's a feeling of pride. Even for me as a Black American, I know it's a feeling of pride for you guys.
Yeah.
So that's what I relate Independence Day to is Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the feeling of pride from the relief from the oppression of colonization.
Oh my goodness, that was scary. But what would you tell any Black American who's back home thinking, oh, I want to come to Africa, but I'm not sure? I mean, what would tell them the truth? What would you tell them? What would you tell the kings and queens?
Oh, absolutely. I would tell them to come see Africa for yourself. Don't rely on anyone else's opinion and any other person's observation.
Okay.
Come see Ghana first.
Yes.
And then
Ghana is the gateway to Africa. It's always been like that.
Come see the rest of Africa. Come see it for yourself with your own eyes, not through the eyes of anyone else. Especially not through the eyes, if I can say this, especially not through the eyes of a white man.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine from Liberia, as I was telling you yesterday, a friend of mine from Liberia who moved to Buffalo, and this was like, I'm going back like 15, 16 years. and we were talking just like this on social systems and race and everything like that. And she was saying the white man does not want the black American to see Africa.
The way
himself.
it is, yeah.
Exactly, the way that it is. So
because it's not that bad. They make it look like it's so bad, but it's not, Benjo, right? It's so fun. They don't know how much fun we've been having here.
Maybe we shouldn't tell them.
Or everybody's gonna come, right?
Exactly.
But it would be
yes,
so
come see it for
lovely to
yourself.
have Black Americans come back home and get to see and feel things for themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, I always get asked, "Oh, I'm coming to Ghana or Africa. What should I bring?" And I always say, "Bring an open heart." You know, and a free mind, because that's all you need. Don't come thinking, "Oh, it's supposed to be professional." No, we're in Africa. We have fun. You know, so it's super amazing to hear you say that.
Yeah, come with an open heart. Come with humility.
Okay.
Yeah. And an open heart, an open mind, and willing to meet people.
Okay.
Willingness to understand people,
Okay.
and to listen and to observe.
Okay. I have a last question. Would you live in Ghana?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Without a
Okay.
doubt. This is my spot.
That was obvious he was going to say that.
No, without
He's in love with Ghana, but tell them why you're in love with Ghana. Tell them why Ghana should be their first destination.
Progress.
Okay.
Progress, pride, kindness. Yeah. Progress, pride, and kindness of the people. There's so much progress here, and you see black people thriving. You see black people smiling. You see black people not worried. And here's another difference that I saw in my observation. When I came first, and when I stayed like 15 days. And when I traveled back to the U.S., you notice the difference in the expressions on people's faces when you travel back to the U.S., white and black. Doesn't matter. Just it's a tenseness. It's like pressure. It's like
It's like
stress.
an energy,
You see stress. You see stress on people's faces in the U.S. Like, where am I gonna get my next dollar from, or am I gonna get paid tomorrow? Maybe not literally, but you see more of a stress on people's faces when you go back to the West than here. No stress, simple living. You know, there may be some stresses, but maybe not the same stresses that are in the United States or in the West.
So, are you saying life is more chill here?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course, Pedro, know we chilling.
Absolutely. People are so stressed in the U.S. People are so stressed out, and
even children. You know, my sister's son always say, "I want to go back to Africa because you know he can play outside." But in America, my sister's like, "Don't go out, stay in there." Yeah, it's
and
tough.
especially people that live on the East Coast, like New York and Chicago. Well, Chicago is more Midwest, but New York, Philadelphia, it's a different life. Life is like going 100 miles a minute in those bigger cities, and the stress level is like it's crazy.
High.
People don't get a chance to relax and live. You know, they're always working, always working, never having time to
You
relax.
have to live. Life is for living. God, move to Africa and live.
So here,
It's fun, right?
It's a different lifestyle. It's just totally different even from where I'm from. And I'm not from a big city. Buffalo is a mid-sized city in New York State, even though Buffalo is the second largest municipality in New York State.
Oh.
Yeah, Buffalo is the second largest municipality, a distant second to New York City.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the second largest government in New York State. But with that being said, I mean, it's still a different way of living there. It's still stressful. It's cold, and people are a little bit more uptight when it's cold outside. You know, because I think it brings more of a survival type within a person.
Survival.
Your physical and your mental is like, you know, I don't want to freeze to death. You know what I mean? So I think it brings out more kind of like and aggression,
Yeah.
if you will,
I can imagine because I don't like the
survive
cold.
in the cold weather. Because in Buffalo, it snows. It's snowing right now.
Yeah, constant.
Even
and my
summer,
friends,
right?
and my friends envy me right now. Like, I'm sending back videos and pictures, and I'm in the sun. It's amazing.
Oh, we have the sun 24 hours.
We
We
do.
do.
Can you imagine not seeing the sun for like weeks?
Oh, that would be
For like a
crazy.
couple weeks, there's always overcast.
My God, Buffalo is Canada.
Yeah, we're right on the border. My house, I live literally 10 minutes from the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going back historically, we were a major port for the Underground Railroad for slaves to escape.
Whoa.
We would go over to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
yep. We would escape to Canada to escape slavery.
That's crazy. How about you, Benji? What does independence mean to you? Ghana is 62 today.
62. Can you believe that?
62.
I,
Isn't that
I still remember when we were celebrating 50.
Yeah, I know. That was really
yesterday,
popular.
and
Ghana
already
50.
is like 62. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's lovely, right? Cheers to Ghana. Happy birthday, Ghana. Cheers to Ghana.